Welcome to day 2 of our first look week of Webisodes. Teresa's been at it again. Today we're going to look at 2 new collections from hot off the press.
We have Fancy Feathers and Robin's Red, 2 great new paper packs with lots of embellishments.
And it's those embellishments that are really, really fun. Come play with us. We're going to start with Fancy Feathers and all the goodies that go with it. So we'll look at the papers in a second, but there are also stamps to match. There are 20 acrylic stamps, and I love this. Let your dreams take flight.
Isn't that beautiful? Ruffle your feathers.
Don't let life ruffle your feathers. That's a good one. So not only the flourishes, but also the feathers in all sizes. Of course, you get an idea on the back because it's hot off the press. And there is a new template by Gail. So we'll be showing you a project with that, and we'll be doing some more with that later in the year. And there are a foil paper tole.
Love this one.
Isn't that pretty?
Beautiful bird cage and these just beautiful feathers. They're almost a little bit Art Deco even.
A little bit. And then we have the Scrapbooking Dazzles, and these are, as you can see, in the silver. And as I turn it over and we get down here, you can just see all the wonderful designs there.
Right. There are 3 sheets. Sometimes you have to fall before you can fly. You give my heart wings.
And there are 99 Dazzles on that sheet. Not a bad investment
Just
for
beautiful.
the price.
Yeah.
And now the papers. Let's take a look. These are double-sided. And again, hot off the press, so you know you're going to get ideas on the packaging. But let's look at these papers. So you can see the feathers coming from the bottom.
Just beautiful. Those colors are just so striking.
Aren't they? I love the jewel tones. This is this kind of sponged background is a favorite. Here it is in the purple and blue. The back side of this is all kinds of feathers flying. This is one of my favorites. It's just lots of swirls, dots, and feathers all through it. The back side of it is a sponge again.
And that bright pink.
And as we back up, look at this. I love the streaks of color. Isn't that just
it's
marvelous?
Like an aurora borealis.
And on the back, this is a really, really versatile sheet. It's got the scuffing, as you can see, but it also has the smaller version of feathers.
Gives you a little bit of bright against some of the darker colors.
It does. And this is one of the designs on the stamp set, too. And then we have feathers all over, and this is on the green, as you can see, with some modeling on it. The back side of it, again, is a sponge, so nice papers to coordinate. And you can see this. And on the back side of this, a flurry of feathers.
Love that one. Just beautiful.
Okay, and
beautiful ribbons to go with it. Look at these great ribbons. There's a very wide, 1.5 inch wide purple crepe. We've got a 3/4 inch wide pink crepe. We've got glimmer, rickrack, a stitch. This grid is always fun because it curls at the end. And this nice yellow web ribbon. You can use that in lots of ways. A swirl.
12 of them all together,
Dot.
36 inches of each. So let's get into the projects.
Yes.
Now, this is really fun because it's giving us some of the distressing. So this second paper has been torn and inked, and then we've got some circles cut with the circle template that are in the other papers. So just going
set
all over
here and there.
Right.
And so some of them are to put the Dazzles on, and some of them are just for a background behind that large photo.
And I love using the "You Give My Heart Wings" for that photo. The nice thing about feathers is that they're feminine and masculine. So
sure, they can be used for both, and they give this really like of a swirly effect that you can surround things with. There's a nice use of all of the Scrapbooking Dazzles here. Lots of, not all of them, some of them.
Just a few of them. So really nice. I like them coming into the photograph, just tipping at the corners there. These are the white
paper
flowers, wildflowers that have been colored. So
I think probably with dilutions.
Now, so this is with the Dazzles. This is with the Dazzles and starting with the Paper Tole. Look how striking that is.
Beautiful foil along the left side. It's just completely covering up the left side of that photo. It's a beautiful look.
It is, and you can see we've kept our Dazzles also, and this time we've added the larger circle from that same circle template.
Yes. I like that this tiny little bird is an extra artwork that's on the foil paper tole.
On the foil paper tole, perfectly perched in that swirl. And you can also see that free spirits have to soar.
I love the journaling on this. Carolyn and I are birds of a feather.
And together, another one of the little feathers there. Beautiful. And up in the corner, titling it as Friends. So that works
from the
nicely.
Dazzles.
Now, this one is incorporating both the Dazzles as the base along with the paper tole, and there are some new metal feathers from our friends at Maya Road.
And they come in this brass look, but if you sand them just a little bit, there's a little silver underneath.
It's getting close to see that.
Helps it to match the Dazzles.
Very, very easily done, but very striking.
And some of the Dazzles here have been backed with some of the different colors of paper.
And then there's the paper tole, that swirl coming along. You give my heart wings along the edge. What a great photo.
In the background, they've been cut apart a little bit, so you can see a little bit of the white. And then there's some of the border Dazzles from there. And some of the Dazzles are peeking out from behind and underneath. And
just really gorgeous.
They are. I like how long they are. Especially on a scrapbook page, they're really useful to just sort of span a great distance if you need them to.
You can see what that does on the corner. It goes just about half the page, so good 6 inches long.
Some of those ribbons from the set.
Right. Now we'll get into some card making, and here's our little bird cage. And I love it in the foil because it's such a metallic look. But something else is going on here. What about these colors on the Dazzles?
The colors come from, first of all, the Scrapbooking Dazzles and Surfaces inks.
Okay.
And the three that were used on here were Berry, Pansy, and Caribbean. And I want to show you how easy it is to do that. You can just, because these Surfaces inks will go on pretty much any surface. You can color your Dazzles, you can color plastic with them, all sorts of surfaces. So you just peel off a Dazzle like that.
You're going to do a feather?
Yeah, a feather. I'm going to stick it down to the craft sheet. Very easy. Just sort of set it on there. If I get it off of my finger. There we go. Line it up. It got stuck to each other a little bit. Okay. And then I'm just going to grab the surfaces and start going directly onto the Dazzle.
And because, as you said, these are designed to do non-porous surfaces, they're going to work beautifully on the Dazzles, on that foiling.
So I started with that one.
And you're just going directly with the ink pad
Directly with the ink pad. I can go right over the craft sheet and right onto the Dazzle.
Okay.
And I'm just sort of going to keep rubbing them around. And you can see they blend sort of when they get close to each other.
And then go into the
Caribbean.
And the lids are designed to really fit tightly, so you can
to keep it on there. I sort of moved my Dazzle around a little bit. It might be a little better if you kind of went up and down motion. There we go.
Okay.
So,
and then you just let it dry, which just
takes
a moment.
So you can see that. There, you can see.
Yeah. Very nice. So that's what Teresa's done. Now there is another something special on this card. On the inside, you can see how she's done more of that inking of the Dazzles. Very spectacular. She's added the paper tole. This is an easel card. So what she has done is scored a parallel line, parallel to the fold, and then glued another paper at the top of it.
Right, just to that front part that was scored there so that it will stand up. And then if you foam tape something down below,
which you would,
then you've got something for the easel to stand up on.
Right, so, and these little flags are don't let life ruffle your feathers and fly high.
These are great. When you put together, this is the 3D foil paper tole. When you put these together, you can actually put one of the birds inside, so it's inside the cage. I've done that.
Or you can let them fly free. So just beautiful.
That's from the stamp set, Don't Let Life Ruffle Your Feathers.
Beautifully done. So this is showing you 2 of the foil paper tole, and Teresa has shown us another one right here where it is blank, so you can stamp whatever you want. And she's used the new birthday cheer.
And you have to make sure you use either surfaces or stays-on ink, something that can be right on that foil and not rub off.
But doesn't that look just gorgeous?
It is just beautiful.
And this is the new birthday cheer stamp that's done perfectly done for the chalkboard look, but you can also see how nice it is right here, right onto the foil paper tole.
This is beautiful up here. I'm sure that this was a toolkit used to make that flap right up there.
It is, and these are the new design toolkits, number 5 and number 6, and just like the others, they're on a chain, so you've got lots of designs that you can use independently.
And there's lots of labels cut out inside too that you can use, not just the outer shape. What I like about these in particular is that they also have these traced lines so that you can either make another label or you can use that to make a design around what you've already cut out.
And for matting. And this one is the number 6 that was used right there, as you can see.
Yeah.
And let's see on the inside what Teresa's done. More with the design toolkit. You can see that this is on the inside here, and I would bet that that label is going to go right
Small label
there.
Right there.
Perfectly done.
Some of the new embellies that we've been talking about have been used here too.
So beautiful look. Just gorgeous with that
stunning.
foiling.
So shimmery.
Mystic Feathers is the name of that. Now, this is another card, and Teresa has used for this one the other, I believe,
no, I think it's the same one you just had,
okay.
Isn't it?
Oh, yes, it is. Thank you. So there is a bird here, and you can create that, and then there is the wing.
The separate wings. So you can put them together, so that's great. And then here's the label and the center of the label, and they've been popped up on top of each other. And I like the pen work that goes down the edging too.
Beautifully done, yes. And here's that circle, or that oval in the center, is in the center of this label.
So just a few of the little bits of the scrapbooking dazzles have been placed here on the corners to balance that look.
I like this overlapping. I like all these layers going on here. And isn't that pattern, the feathers paper, just perfect for the, not only the body, but the wing.
Right.
And then on the inside, you can see that she's added even more.
That's great. This is this is the large circle label from the toolkit.
Okay.
And even the dragonflies.
And I was just looking for that dragonfly, and here it is on the tag. So, as we said, the toolkits just have lots of uses.
I noticed that she actually made the dragonfly. She cut out the dragonfly separate and then did some separate wings and put those on top.
Nice. So cut out 2 bodies and do it. And she's added some of the bling on the center. So this is reading, sometimes you have to fall before you can fly. And just what a nice encouragement card. Beautifully done. Now, using the other design tool, Teresa has done this gift bag, and I appreciate that she's done something else.
Something different than cards. And this is great. This is with the other new toolkit. It's toolkit number 5.
This is number 5, and let's see. Here is our heart, as you can see right there. And this is what you meant by the inner one, that you can use that separately.
Right, you can use it separately. You can also use it to do pen work on something you've cut out. What I like about these is the scallops. So many of these from this toolkit have scalloped edges.
And here is that top. Just works really nicely.
And Teresa has gone around with a 1/4-inch hole punch and punched holes around too, in the middle of each of those scallops.
And then she's added the dazzles, beautifully done. And what's nice about a gift bag, well, number one, what's nice is you can find them anywhere.
Right.
They're inexpensive, but just a little bit of paper, a little bit of dazzles, and a design tool. Yeah, and you've got just a glorious gift.
This is a nice look too. The border dazzles that come in the scrapbooking dazzles, they'll fit. You can put jewel dazzles right in the center of each of those little dots and around on some of the circles that are found on the feathers as well.
Beautiful. Now we've taken flight with our fancy feathers, but now we're going to go to the robin's red.
Okay.
So this has, let me give you the ribbons. You can bring those in at the appropriate time. And you commented on the Embellies. We're pretty excited by these because it's been a long time since we've done a brad collection. And this has the epoxy brads. It has these die-cut papers that are attached with the brads, various different sizes.
They've got these pearl looks and different designs, and artwork designs in the actual Embellies.
And of course, this is Robin's Red. And of course, there's an idea on the back. Now, going with the Robin's Red papers, which I'll show you in a second, there's the Robin's Whimsy. This is Papier Tole.
The 3D Papier Tole. So it's numbered, and you pop them out and stack them on top of each other by following the numbers.
And there are 3 designs. You see the heart balloons,
and
the
there are always,
cupcakes.
there's also some extra artwork always.
Always. Now, with this collection, there are die cuts. Now, the die cuts are packaged 2 identical sheets together. Now that means that you've got 2 of everything that you're looking at right now. So 66 die cuts.
Right. And they coordinate great with the Embellies, with the 3D Papier Tole. So you're going to see a lot of the same designs.
Right.
Nice big areas for journaling on, lots of small labels and tags.
And let's look at the papers. So Robin's Red, we're going to start with this one. Now, what I like to do is just to kind of walk through a little dance so you can see that there are many ways that you can do these papers. They can be at opposite corners, they can kind of be bookends, just you can do a lot with them.
With the border papers.
Right. Now this too is double-sided, so on the back side of this we've got the stripes, very narrow pinstriping.
That's a really useful paper.
As is this with the all-over design. You can see a little bit of scuffing has been done. On the back side, the same design, only in this ivory. Just again, a really good, useful one.
Great, because that's great for journaling on.
And here we have the red with a ghosted back red. And then we've got a gray micro mini dot.
Pretty.
Then we have an all-over pattern with these rounded tiles, very contemporary, very fun looking. We have a micro dot in the red, on red.
Matches the gray.
Then we have the tiles, just very pretty. And then on the back, a red. Nice, again, useful print. This is smaller tiles, but more monochromatic. And on the back side, a scuffed gray. So this is all going to work nicely.
Right. And especially with these ribbons. Again, there's that 1.5 inch wide crepe, which makes big, beautiful bows. And it comes in the blue, and you've got swirl. You've got a cream dot here, sheer. There's a glimmer, a twill. I like how there are some tiny, tiny sheer blue, and then there's larger. I love this ivory grosgrain. It's just, you know, there's another one of the sheer dots.
And again, 12 different designs, 36
designs.
inches of each. Yep. Let's get to the scrapbook page. This one is incorporating the design tool also. So you see these shapes in the back that those have been done. And yesterday we showed you the tree. Teresa used that on a card.
Die, yeah.
Look what she's done here. She's done just a naked tree that doesn't have any embellishing. One down on the corner, overlapping that wide crepe ribbon you were talking about. Another one becomes a branch. The whole tree becomes a branch to hang our little birdhouse.
Which is great, and it's hung with just a strip of paper and one of the Embellies. And right here are some of the small little cutting dies were used to create these small shapes for a decoration for the birdhouse.
Yeah, they're right here, the inside of this flower. So you actually get 2 flowers in one. And you can see the bird die cut just popping up, the Embellies. And this overlapping of the photographs, I think, does a really nice job of drawing your eye right in. And then the circular of things circling around just does a really nice job.
Helps to tell the story of the father helping his little boy climb the tree, which is so cute.
Yeah, this is his first tree climb with a little assist from Dad. So working very nicely. Let's get into some cards. And we have this one. And again, a great combination of the paper tole and the die cuts.
Right, and just a little bit of embellishment of a bling right in the center there. And this has been stamped on with the stamp set.
That's right. This is from the feather
stamp
set.
Right. So you can use them for cross purposes.
And so we've got a crystal in the middle there, and then 3 up in the corner. You always want to use an odd number. And on the inside, a very nice look going
Isn't that
long.
beautiful?
Yeah.
So you've got the die cuts here, which actually the center has been popped out of this one so you can see the paper, and then the center of that was offset this way just a little bit. I love that look.
And let your dreams take flight. I like seeing that vertical. That's kind of fun on the inside.
I love the little button die cuts because you can thread them with the ribbon.
I see that. Yes. Let's get in close just to take a look at that. So you can thread it, or you can just simply tie a knot and zot it on top, whichever you prefer.
Right.
I like the little bow down there. That's sweet.
Very
and
cute.
The crystals. Now, Teresa's taken the papers again, and this is one that we talked about that is a little less intense in color, but what a nice background it gives.
For that die cut, which is just beautiful. And then some of the smaller die cuts with a little bit of, there's a little heart there. That must have come. Oh, that's on the Scrapbooking Dazzles also. There's tiny little hearts on there.
So you can see that, oh, I love how this isn't in a straight line, that it's fluttering by.
Free spirits have to soar.
And you can see how the substantial size of those die cuts, not only small ones like the birds and the buttons, but also this tower of birdhouses.
Right, so it's an instant focal.
Right, and on the inside, oh cute, to hang it again with the paper, but let it overlap the die cut.
Right, so die cuts are perfect for that, stacking and layering.
Right. Now the last of our paper toles is this, and it's this cupcake with a little top there and a little bow.
And it looks like on here there was just a, that's great. Okay, so that's part of the die cut, and then these are the embellies up here.
Right, right. So that says Happy Day.
And this is from just a little greeting stamp set,
which is not a new stamp, but
it's not. But
certainly it's versatile.
It is very versatile, especially if you have small die cuts that you want to stamp on.
And Teresa uses it a lot. She just finds it comes in very handy. What a fun combination on the inside with just a strip of paper next to the fold and the other papers being embellished.
More of the stamping here, and then up at the top a small banner hanging down with an embelly on it.
So fancy feathers and robin's red. We've just got a lot of things for you. Thank you, Teresa. And hey, join us tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.